Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's me, the handsome lad. So every December around here, we do a fun little thing called List Week, where there's more list videos than normal. In preparation for this year's amazing List Week, today we're gonna take a look at some of the best Minecraft updates of all time. Each and every one of these 8 updates we're gonna talk about change Minecraft irreversibly forever. For example, the first update of today, it can be found right up the stream right here, inside of the Meadow Village. Instead of focusing on entire updates as a whole, we're going to focus on individual features, mechanics, or things inside of those updates. A world pre-Minecraft 1.14 Village and Pillage update, it's essentially a depressing, empty, lonely type of place. And confusing too. What the Village and Pillage update did to the villagers inside of Minecraft might honestly be the best improvement or change to Minecraft of all the time. What it did was so good. Inside of the Village and Pillage update, the villagers got an entire overhaul with brand new workstation mechanics. Those beautiful workstation mechanics, the ones that I've fallen deeply in love with, that's feature number 1. For this one, I was actually going to go back in time and show you a world where villagers don't have this workstation mechanic, don't have the brand new villages and everything, but I kind of decided it would be way too terrifying, so instead, we stay here in the future. Whoever thought of the workstation mechanics is the CEO of Minecraft. Like, literally, these things are so great. Basically, we have an individual block that controls some type of trade, and obviously, with it being a block, there's always maybe room for more in the future, but anyways, an individual block that controls a trade, and then within that block, within those trades, you have different levels too, and not only do these blocks control the professions, but you can actually use these blocks to control where you're moving villagers to. For example, this villager, it wants to be the most useful workstation, the Fletcher villager. But wait, maybe I actually want it to be a farmer, and I'm also trying to isolate it from the rest of the village for reasons. Well, all I need to do is smartly place... You're ruining it. You're ruining it. In the comments of this video, drop one mechanic, feature, or something that you think is one of the best updates of all time. And let's move on. Nowadays, you've got to be careful, because down in the deepest depths of your world, there's something evil, and evil is an understatement. This is the embodiment of pure terror. The allegedly blind, but clearly not actually blind, embodiment of terror. Minecraft's most recent update, the Wild update, was kind of a controversial update. Despite all the controversy and drama surrounding the release of this update, tucked inside of the update are some amazing features. The features inside of this update have not only made the game a whole lot more challenging, but also pushed it in a completely different direction. I mean, look at this thing right here. Like, walking around inside of this mysteriously ruined old city that is really, really dark at the same time. We have this ominous booming going on, and the booming, it's actually a heartbeat, and when this thing gets close to me, I get, like, blind, like, really, really dark, and... where is it? It's so terrifying. I think I'm never gonna not be afraid of this thing. Around the release of the update, so many people kept saying it, but the Warden has turned Minecraft into a horror game. This is like Amnesia, this is like Outlast, this is like definitely not Minecraft. The specific feature we're talking about for this one has gotta be the brand new boss that isn't even a boss though. The Warden. Minecraft's a brand new Warden. No. Please stay away from me. That was a bad idea. Yeah. It's dangerous, guys. I myself might be a little bit biased for this one because horror games are one of my favorite genres of all time, but a mob that doesn't exist until you make it exist, a mob that can easily one-shot everything in the game, and a mob that basically ignores all armor protection altogether. The best armor in the game is not a problem. To make this thing even better, the Warden definitely feels like one of those features that is added to Minecraft for some of the older players. Expanding things and looking at the bigger picture here, the Warden's home, the ancient city, this is amazing too. If the Warden is a sign of things to come in the future, meaning complex mobs that are really, really interesting and maybe even dangerous, yeah, that's a really, really good and also terrifying sign. Let's move on. Making its first appearance in Minecraft 1.9, the combat update, the Elytra is absolutely amazing, but the Elytra is also kind of an obvious pick for one of the best updates of all time. Ever since this thing has been added to the game, transportation has not been the same. Instead of the Elytra for this one, I'm gonna pick the rocket booster mechanic that was added to Minecraft in 1.11.1. The rocket boosting mechanic completely reshaped how players could actually use the Elytra, and also at the same time made Elytra even more useful. Little personal side note, when it comes to the Elytra, before the rocket boosting mechanic that was added in 1.11, I don't think I actually used the Elytra that much. Like, I always thought it was cool and nice and all, and sure, gliding from peak to peak is fun and efficient, but attempting to boost myself in the air with Punchy here, clearly I'm not very good at that. It doesn't work. Yeah, so before the addition of rocket boosting in 1.11.1, if you wanted to use an Elytra to actually travel around your world, punch bows was actually where it was at. You essentially had to use a punch bow and hit yourself with the arrows somehow, and that would give you like a little bit of boost, and you could essentially continue to do that forever, and apparently I'm really, really bad at it, so you can see why I like the rockets. Being able to use rockets to boost yourself with an Elytra is easily one of the best updates of all time. Even the cow agrees. If you played Minecraft before the 1.13 update Aquatic, then you might remember vast empty oceans that were like literally wastelands of water, nothing interesting. You would also definitely remember horrendous water building mechanics. Waterlogging, added in the update Aquatic, is one of the best mechanics of all time. You see, Minecraft has a lot of interesting looking blocks, and even more so with every update that comes along. Before waterlogging, building underneath water or involving water essentially looked like this every single time. If I were to place a slab under the water, it would basically not get waterlogged like this fence did right here, and it would just look terrible, like you couldn't do it. But for this one, it's not all just about the aesthetics, it's also about the functionality and the possibilities here too. And check this out, the slab right there, waterlog the slab, put that right there. There's no water here at all, but there is actually water here. You can hide the water, which allows for way more compact farms. That's great. But then again, it is kind of all about the aesthetics here, because look at this beautiful combination that is actually possible, all thanks to waterlogging. We place those in a square like that, water, place it in there, it actually fills in, and it stays in there. Waterlogging is so good, and without this beautiful mechanic, structures like the shipwreck, or maybe even the ruined portal too, it wouldn't really even be possible. The Nether update, as a whole, is one of the best Minecraft updates of all time, and personally, I think it might be my favorite update so far. The Nether update is great for so many different reasons, but one of those amazing reasons that I think kind of takes the crown here is the Strider. Now look, the Strider, in all of its beautiful, ugly beautifulness, let me explain. Like, admittedly, this thing is kind of a non-essential feature. You don't absolutely need the Strider, but I do have this really vivid memory of the 1.14 update development and people theorizing like, oh, lava boats, oh, lava walker, oh no, maybe the warped wood is like a lava boat or something. And then they came out of nowhere with the Strider, which is some kind of a strange, unbelievable, ugly, beautiful creature. Yeah, the Strider is just like, I mean, look, I'm a huge fan of how do you do so much damage? That makes no sense. I'm a huge fan of a mob that is 100% fiction, entirely made up and is strange. It makes no sense at all. And the Strider is exactly that. There are many easier solutions to the problem of lava transportation, but none of them, I don't think a single one of them, enchantment, boats, anything like that, is anywhere near as amazing and perfect as the Strider is. I mean, look at this thing with this child. It's so good. Before we take a look at our next great Minecraft update that looks insanely unexcited, I have received word that it has a quick message for you. Oh. Technically, I think the oldest update in our video today, the Observer. The Observer made its way into Minecraft in the 1.11 update. The Observer completely revolutionized Redstone. The Observer basically detects block updates, and this is so amazing. Not only amazing, but super useful too. It'll pulse out a signal, you hook it up to a piston, and oh my gosh, you could like farm everything with it. Bamboo, sugarcane, yeah, not a problem at all. More recent addition, the bee with honeycombs, honey bottles. Observer, it's the key. An ancient mob, the sheep, you can even farm it with the Observer. It's so good. Observers not only completely revolutionized redstoning, but also simplified it at the same time. Previously, a block update detector, well, it was more complex than an Observer, that's for sure. Honestly, when it comes to functionality, looking through the creative menu right here and, kind of seeing what we have here, I think the Observer might be one of my personal favorite Minecraft blocks of all time. I mean, look, without a chain of observers constantly observing each other, how else am I going to make this beautiful symphony? Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of in love with the Warden and the Ancient City and all those mechanics. I love it so much that I was almost going to put the Ancient City at this spot in the list today. I think the structure is really good, one of the best updates of all time. It's beautiful. But then I took a look at the list and realized that I actually don't have a single biome here, and there is easily one biome that I think is just amazing. That biome's gotta be the Lush Caves biome. The Lush Caves biome and how you can actually locate this thing from the surface is one of the most interesting Minecraft updates ever. I probably don't even need to convince you that this place is amazing because, I mean, like, look at it. When it forms in a giant cave, it is so good looking. But, I mean, like, just in case you need some convincing, moss right there, azalea, the drip leaf plant, the small drip leaf plant that is beautiful. If we get lucky here, even the axolotl that we can find uniquely spawning inside of this biome. From the cool mobs to all the plants to the unique spore blossom particle effect, this place is great. One of the best ambiances in the entire game. Pair all of that with a really interesting way of actually locating this thing from the surface. Fly around, travel around for a little while, and eventually you might find one of those fancy azalea trees. Once you successfully locate an azalea tree, you are guaranteed 100% of the time to have a Lush Caves biome underneath the ground, directly underneath that azalea tree. You see what I mean right there. Even though I love horror, so like the deep dark biome, you know, really creepy place, it's not even close. The Lush Caves biome is easily my favorite cave biome in all of Minecraft right now. What's your favorite cave biome? Let me know down below. Oh, that was close. That was really close. And finally today, last and most definitely not least, we end where we started, at this beautiful mountain right here. The Minecraft 1.18 Caves and Cliffs Update Part 2. Slightly controversial, but 100% beautiful. What the Caves and Cliffs Update did to Minecraft's generation is irreversible. I mean, there's nothing like it. To a player who maybe is out playing after the 1.16 update and comes back in 1.20 or something, I mean, they're not even gonna know they're playing the same game. I mean, look at this generation right here. We've got giant mountain, we've got rivers that actually river, and we've got even more giant mountains that climb higher than ever. From the very bottom of the world all the way to the top of it, everything that 1.18 did to world generation is amazing. But for this one, I would like to focus in on the mountains specifically because, I mean, they're so breathtaking. Still, every single time I open up a new world and explore a little bit, find one of these big beauties, it's breathtaking. It's simply breathtaking. And it shops guess while we're at it too. With mountains inside of Minecraft that you would have thought to be literally impossible like 2 years ago, yeah, look at this thing. I mean, it's huge. Easily. One of the best Minecraft updates of all time. I mean, look at this thing. You can hear it in my voice. There's literally tears in my eyes right now. This is a pure work of art. Beauty and perfection. It's great. So what do you consider to be one of the best Minecraft updates of all time? The Elytra, the Ancient City, something else? Let me know down below. If you haven't hit that subscribe button quite yet, now is definitely the time because this week, more exciting videos like this, they're on the way. I would like to send a big shout out to my patrons, Medical Boomstick, Swoopy Louvers, Noodle Pork, and Bill W. Thank you so much for the support. Next up, check out this video. It's kind of like a follow-up to this one, except instead of cool features, we talk about secret features. I think you'll love it. It's been me, Minecraft's most handsome, Waddles, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.